Hello YouTube, and today I will be giving you some information on the iPad. Well, the iPad is just a giant iPod Touch, or an iPhone. A lot of people are comparing it to the iPhone because of its capabilities and its abilities to be a laptop. The three different capacities you can get for the memory is a 16 gigabyte, 32 gigabyte, and 64 gigabyte. Now, the iPhone has just, I'm just going to say something about that. It's an 8 or 16 gigabyte flash drive, which is basically just the memory. And they're predicting that Apple's going to take the same approach as it did with the iPhone. What Apple done with the iPhone is that they took their time and tried to get all the apps after the phone was released. They didn't have all the apps ready when the phone was released. So when you bought it, you were basically just buying a phone with put music on. And then they got the apps out. You can play games, Twitter apps, Facebook apps, MySpace apps. It's just amazing how Apple took their approach and made it the biggest phone. Now, if Apple takes the same approach with the iPad, you're talking a whole different story. You're talking a bunch of apps for it, just for the iPad. So, with the iPad being developed, if Apple was to develop similar than the iPhone, then they will be taking very small steps towards the finish of it. They probably have some apps done. It's probably been in the making for several years. You never know what Apple's going to do because nobody knew about the iPod. When it was first said that they were going to start making the iPod and release it to the public, people were going ecstatic about it. They're just going crazy. Now when they heard about the iPad, they're like, another great thing from Apple. But the people start doing their reviews. And the reviews that I've seen and read, the Apple iPad is the worst thing ever. The dumbest thing Apple has ever done. So it's just sort of dumb that Okay. As I was saying, they were all saying Apple has made the dumbest decision ever. They're ever making this. They just don't know what they're talking about. They've just had test products. They didn't have the finished copy. It's dumb if you base something on what you've read. You need first-hand experience with the thing. It's like saying football players are dumb. But have you ever seen the money that they make? They don't know why they do it. So, now, why do you judge people? Why do you judge people or things that you've never touched, seen, or dealt with? That's my big question for you people who judge everything before you do it. But I'm saying that on a scale to 0 to 10, I personally would rank it about a 6.5 or a 7. It might become higher if I ever get to use it one day. But outside of not knowing as much as we could know about it, not having first-hand experience, that's a pretty high ranking. You know, nobody thought the Xbox 360 was going to be good, and that only the people who owned it would figure out that. So yes, remember to hit that yellow button, and always watch HM53 videos. Peace.